All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. Big episode this week. Ty is already starting out a little hot before we started recording, so we're going to get into that here in just a second. We got a holiday this week. Ty was very pro-holiday last week, so we'll get into some Thanksgiving favorites this week. Big game on Saturday. It was a big game last Sunday. Lou might talk about here in a minute. Some big PWCC sales over the last week. Black Friday's this week. The World Cup is on. It's just a big episode in general. So we'll start with the usual. We'll start with what's on your mind. Lou, as soon as I said that, you got focus on the camera. You're shaking your head in disbelief. So we're going to start with you, Lou. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I think the most important thing happening in the world right now is the World Cup. So Team USA, Ty, good, bad, indifferent.
Not too thrilled.
Yeah.
I was a little unimpressed by the second half. I'm not sure about some of the decisions. I think Aronson needs to play more. Gio Reyna should be playing. If you're up 1-0, the penalty that we gave was a total classic, like American soccer type
Garbo
of situation.
penalty. Like, you just cannot do that.
just like literally just like you can't swing your foot like that in the box. It's
do
just
anything else in that moment.
Yeah, like do any like it reminded me of like just your classic park in like New Jersey and like just a big boy defender, like just like trying to clear the ball away. And a good player like Bale will know that some dope's about to swing his leg out and make him trip him and bury it as a goal. So that's what happens on the world's biggest stage.
Yeah.
What's worse is how good England looked.
It's going to come down to how much we beat Iran by, right?
Yeah, and how it's like who plays Iran better and who plays England worse, because it'll come down to us and Wales. If we get 1 point against England, I feel fantastic. That would
a
be
tie is huge.
A tie would be that might be the moment that it becomes football in the US, because a tie would be a win, like a massive win. And people don't like ties, but a tie would be bigger than a win.
What about the Medford?
Then you play Iran and you dance. That's the worst line. I'm sorry. It has been brutal. The commentary, the Medford Messi. You couldn't sniff the jock.
You thought the commentary
Messi.
was bad yesterday? I thought the commentary was pretty good yesterday.
It's just very Americana. It's like they're speaking to people that don't
know anything.
But my guy's not the Medford Messi. That'd be like saying like
in the city of Medford, he's not the Messi of that town.
No, he could be the best American soccer player in the world, and he would be like the Medford Bale. Like, just terrible.
The Bergenfield Bale?
The Bergen County Bale?
Yeah.
I love it. No, honestly, I got more juice for Denmark because they got a shot, and that was a brutal 0-0 draw. Tunisia played well, but Messi lost 2-1 this morning. I was up at 5:15, threw that on in the background. Yeah, I mean, we might have the greatest 5 days of sports ahead of us right now.
I agree.
So there's other things to talk about for sure.
Not the NFL. We could skip.
Ryan's starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, like not a little bit. Like it's just, yeah. It's just a lot like last year, right? It's
in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Everything you play for all season comes down to one game, right? If Ohio State wins the game, Stroud is likely still the Heisman favorite, right? Assuming it's not like 7-3 and he doesn't throw a touchdown. He's still the Heisman favorite. Like, Lou, you roll your eyes like it's like some like crazy out of left field thing that Stroud is the Heisman favorite at this point in the season.
You hear him, Ty?
Yeah, it's not that good.
He's worried.
The Big Ten title's on the line. Beating Michigan's on the line, and a playoff berth is on the line. Like, just so much is there, and I'm just like, if you lose, well, last year you didn't get any of those things. You didn't get a Heisman Trophy. You didn't get a playoff berth. You didn't get a win against Michigan, and you didn't get a Big Ten title. It's like everything comes down to one game. It's just
got it. So if they lose back-to-back meaningless, pointless seasons for Ohio State, yet for the last 10 weeks, you've been calling Penn State the poinsettia of Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
still
making that
feel
clear.
the same way about that. Both Michigan and, like Lou said, beat a good program. Who have you beaten this year?
The same teams that you guys have been beating.
No, we beat you.
Okay. What about every other game?
We beat you and Notre
What
Dame.
happened this past week? What happened this past week with you guys?
We won double digits against Maryland. We've won every single game by double
On
digits.
the last play, they had the ball to win the game against
Ty,
Maryland.
you
The
have
previous
2
week, we beat them
losses. I don't
30-0.
understand. It doesn't make any sense.
To the
Even if-
teams that are number 2 and 3 in the country.
That's true.
Like,
that's
hold
one of
on.
us, That's
sorry
one of
we lost
us.
to number 2 and 3.
That's
And
us.
sorry Maryland had the ball to beat you guys, and we blanked them 30-0 the week before.
True.
That's
Sorry.
right.
That's a
And
good
we
point.
beat you by double digits. I don't understand your argument.
And we were winning in the fourth quarter.
It doesn't make any sense. We beat you by double digits.
We have a 7-year quarterback, and you have this wannabe Heisman candidate that's going to do
excuses.
nothing in
Like,
the pros.
Those are excuses.
One program's going one way, the other's going the other.
I agree.
I cannot wait till Michigan stomps you guys this weekend.
I agree.
Nothing would make me happier.
Me too.
Nothing would make me happier.
I know. I
Harbaugh's
get it.
dope.
You guys both said last week, like, the Jets are back. The Jets are riding high, and here we are. Like, I understand. Like, you guys have resentment towards me, but I didn't cause you that pain.
Do you want to hear a crazy stat real quick about the Jets?
What?
Who do you think is the last Jets quarterback who had a winning record during his tenure?
Fitz?
Nope.
Chad?
Nope.
Vinny?
Number 6. Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez?
San.
All right.
The GOAT.
All beef aside, Ryan, there's nothing like the days leading up to a massive game.
Oh, yeah. This is how I felt again. Like, I didn't feel this crazy against Penn State because it is what it is.
Why? Because you guys were like 18-point favorites or something?
No, because if losing to Penn State is not the same as losing to Michigan, we're not rivals. We're not rivals. Michigan and Ohio State are rivals.
I get it.
Like, it just go ahead, Lou.
Can I ask you guys a question about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Is that the best Thanksgiving game there is? Like the Thanksgiving weekend games. Michigan, Ohio State.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, is it that? Like, is it whatever Cowboys game is on? You know,
it's definitely nothing in the NFL. I mean, when's the Iron Bowl? Saturday?
I mean,
Iron Bowl would be the other option.
I'm not involved in the Iron Bowl, so I can't talk about that. Like, it would be unfair for me to say that. Yeah, Auburn, Alabama. It would be unfair for me to say that that's not like a big game because it means a lot to them too. There's just not like I would give up going to the national. I would give it up for Ohio State to win a national or to beat Michigan and win a national. I would give it up. I mean,
forever
just to beat Ohio, just to beat Michigan. No, that year.
You really need a win because it's kind of a part of your
Let
identity.
me put this one to you. You might as well consider it the national title because you're not winning the national title.
That's a good point.
Off. And then second off,
so should Michigan.
Alabama. Come on. Alabama. And this was a good one, Ryan. I'd love to hear. Do you believe Alabama should be ranked ahead of Penn State?
Penn State has more quality of wins at the moment than Penn State.
Plays in a harder conference, too.
Okay. The losses. You play who you play. The losses. Do you believe Alabama and Utah should be ranked ahead of Penn State?
They have better wins, yes. It matters who you beat.
It does matter who you beat.
You play who you play.
If Penn State managed to win one game against one of those two teams, they'd probably be in the top 7 right now.
They'd be number 5. They'd be number 5.
Who beat?
But that's irrelevant.
England
USA is a bigger game. England USA is a better game.
Then Michigan Ohio State?
England USA in the World Cup. That happens every 4 years.
I mean, this is kind of like
the country that we like. Left.
Yeah, but it's like a Fugazi World Cup. Like, it's not even like a normal time World Cup.
Sure.
He said it's a Fugazi World Cup.
Got it. And it's a Fugazi college
terrible.
Season.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's in a weird time. Like, it would never be at this time. I'm talking about, like, traditions.
Yeah, I get it. We're over here talking about two-loss Alabama against Auburn, who doesn't even have a
The
football
Iron Bowl's
coach.
a big deal, Ty.
Like, come on. This is the bias. It's a bad game. We beat Auburn, if you don't recall.
You're just salty because Penn State beat good teams
No,
and lost the two big games.
I'm salty because I'm pumped that Big Ten has 2 undefeated teams. Yet Ryan
It's the best conference.
It's the best conference, yet we get disrespected every single week. If it's the best conference, why are we disrespected? If we're better than SEC, why is Alabama with 2 losses ahead of us? Yet I can't get a blip out of Ryan of Big Ten support. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get the fandom. I just don't get it.
That's your boy
and
right
then
here.
USA England doesn't matter. We can't all
Didn't
agree
say it
on
didn't
that
matter.
one.
It does matter.
Lost.
Yeah, it didn't say. He definitely didn't say it didn't matter. He just said it's not the biggest game of the weekend.
It's also tough to be like, oh, it's a big game when Tyler's talking like we're gonna get beat like 7-1. Like, how am I supposed to get fired up for that? So then, how am I supposed to get excited?
Settle in. We're fighting for a draw.
We got this dopey soccer team. Can't make right subs. Like, we got Randon just sitting on the bench.
All right.
We've also, Ty, you have to understand, Lou and I have been led astray.
I am so excited about this World Cup. And then for you
year.
to say that we're just going to lose to England 3 days before the game is like...
They buried 6.
It's a losing mentality. That's why Team USA is never good.
All right. Anybody, Ty, you got anything else for what's on your mind?
Nope.
20 minutes later.
Nothing?
We know what it is. It's all about the World Cup. It's all about Michigan, Ohio State, and the Jets lost, and I'm depressed.
Okay, while we're on that topic, what are your thoughts on... Will Zach Wilson be the quarterback of the Jets next year?
I think we need to put like a warning label on the front of this podcast being like, if you don't care about our teams, skip forward to this timestamp. I'm just going to put that out there, Jay. But what do I think about Zach?
Yeah, is he going to be the quarterback of the Jets next season?
No. I think they're going to play him this week. They're playing one of the worst. If it's Tannehill, Jay, I will lose my goddamn mind. I just want to say that. Tyler will be pumped. If it's Tannehill next year, Ty, that'd be huge for you.
It would be. And then we would be a lot better. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, we would be a lot better. That's a fact.
It does seem like the Jets are a quarterback away from being actually good.
The Jets should have beat the shit out of the Patriots twice. And they didn't because of Zach both times for different reasons. So it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating defending someone you know is bad all the time. I'll say that. Especially when they blame the wind.
Well, the blame on the wind, I think, was fair.
The other guy was 23 of 27.
I know, because he throws a good ball.
Whoa. Didn't we have some clips talking about how Northwestern, the wind, like Ohio State's not a good program? It was. I just want to know when the wind counts and when it doesn't count.
The wind never counts in my brain.
Okay, it doesn't count. Understood. Ty, does the wind count or not count?
The wind's a factor, but if you're good, you play through it.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, so it's just tough. It's tough with Zach right now. I'm really upset. I'm in a deep, dark place.
I get that. I went into it. I immediately knew. What was the first one? Everything fluttered. When he missed his best friend on a 5-yard ball, that was like, all right, we're finished.
Yeah, and then we have what are they teaching these guys at Ohio State about just like calling out their teammates constantly? There's no accountability in that building because of your coach. Like,
what do you mean?
They just let everybody talk. Like Garrett comes off the field and is just screaming and yelling about how everything sucks. And it's like, I get it, Garrett. Like, you're right, but we got to lock it in for a little bit. We got to get on the plane and get out of here.
Wait. Let's not throw this Garrett Wilson under the bus. Have you seen your other wide receiver who's not nearly as good as Garrett Wilson? Come on. You guys don't have all over him. State. I respect that.
I was all over him.
Elijah Morris caused more headaches to the Jets than Garrett Wilson might for the next 2 years. I'll at least give him a 2-year window.
Did you even see what he said?
Yeah, I saw.
He was like pretty aggressive.
I mean, can you blame him?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know what they're teaching at your school where you can just like talk shit about your teammates and your coaches and nothing happens. I don't. What kind of culture you guys building over there? I'm just saying.
I'll let them know. We'll get better.
Thank you. Contact Coach Hartline.
Got you. Understood.
Thank
I'll get that over.
Thank you.
Got you for sure. Yeah. Like I said, pre-show. I'm just gonna let the Jets chat. Just gonna let it go. Not gonna. Yeah,
because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where Jay has to put a clip up of you on Sunday morning.
Yeah, that would be real weird. Like, you guys. I love you guys.
I will say. Sorry, finish. Get your take off.
Yeah, Ty, I would love your guys' opinion on this. We have no problems putting up clips of play of the week, latest launch. But when we have the best piece of content of the week is you two selling the Jets, guaranteeing ending a 13-game losing streak to the Patriots. We have a video of it. I posted it. Jay's like, nah, can't do it.
I'll say this. I think a cross post would have been good. Jay, there's no defense. I would say a cross post would have been good.
There's a big defense. I'm not sitting down 15 minutes after the Jets get walked off on a punt return to the Patriots and sitting down and making comedy clips about how bad the Jets suck. I can't do it. It's an unfair ask.
Brian would make a clip of Ohio State blunders.
I don't think he would. I don't think Ryan would ever post that. And this Vayner.
Yeah, I think the difference is one
corporation is a pro Jets corporation. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think Gary would be very happy if I put that clip in.
I don't know. I think it would have been fair for a cross post. I'll say that.
I appreciate that, Lou.
To be equally fair, I did put his video in the story, and I would have accepted a collab post, but I wasn't stitching that video together.
Ty?
That game was just brutal. Y'all been killing me about Ryan Tannehill. If Zach Wilson was an ounce of Ryan Tannehill, we'd be dancing to the Super Bowl.
Hey, real quick, though. You know who we did see some fraudulent play from this weekend?
Kirk Cousins?
Vikings?
Well, that's because he had Penn State alum Micah Parsons, the potential MVP, breathing down his neck every play. Ty,
I do not like Penn State. I do not like them at all. That dude is an animal. He's so good. So good. So
I don't
know what you were going to say. How did he end up at Penn State instead of Ohio State?
How did Ohio State and Michigan let him go by?
He was committed to Ohio State, and Ohio State
named his dog Brutus.
No, Penn State came to town. That was the weekend Saquon Barkley took the opening kickback against Ohio State. And Ohio State came back 13 points in the final 7 minutes to win. The game day was there, and he got on set of game day, and they called it like what is it, Ty? What's the word? Something about like a impermissible. I don't know the word for it,
impermissible benefit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he got a benefit. Like, he was allowed on stage, no one else was. They got at Ohio State, and Ohio State said, we'll stop recruiting him, and he flipped to Penn State.
This is what I'm saying, Lou. Like, this is just a classic. Let me make 14 excuses when something doesn't go our way. Like, bro,
that's what happened.
He lived with LeVar Arrington for like 5 years. He's the greatest player to ever play at Penn State. He wore his number. Like, it was not he didn't go on and some impermissible thing happened and he could no longer go to Ohio State. He chose Penn State.
It starts
like, it's just
with his head coach and his head coach's culture of excuse making and born on third base. We've been saying this for years now.
It's crazy.
He's Googling it, and it's going to be like Ohio State recruiting/recruiting news.
Ohio State, when you search Parsons. When you search Micah Parsons, Ohio State, the first thing that pops up, says, Ohio State stopped recruiting 5-star defensive end Micah Parsons over NCAA violations. But that's from Bleacher Report. I didn't make that up, Tyler. It says it right there.
Okay. You know what the media does? They do for clicks. They don't tell the truth.
Brother.
Oh, so his dad thinks it was because of a tweet he sent. This is irrelevant. We should move on from this.
keep going. We need to
Ty
talk about
wants
some
Ohio-
sports
the
cards.
next-
Let's talk about cards.
The next time Ohio State loses,
No, bro, you're just a classic Ohio State fan that can't it's just me. Everything is ours.
That's true.
Ty, for the last
Continuously
4 weeks,
underperform your expectations every week. So keep going.
But Ty,
Every year. Keep
I
going.
don't understand how you'll say that, but you won't even have a conversation. You lose to Michigan, you lose to Ohio State, and it's how we're bad. You're better than Alabama. You're better than Utah. But you don't win the big games. Then you want to come to Ohio State and Michigan fans and say that, like, hey, we're the bad people. We're the bad fans.
I never said that we're better, that you're bad. I never said that Ohio State.
You just asked what happened at Maryland when you scored 38 points. They didn't score on you. What happened when we played?
Guys, this is not a Penn State Ohio State podcast. I want to talk about
but it is when you want it to be.
No.
We just had a 10-minute
It just
conversation that
baffles
started
me.
with you and Micah Parsons. Okay. I'm done. I'm moving on. That's wild. That's some stuff.
Rye's very sensitive this week about Ohio State, so I think we need to be gentle with him.
No, I just want it to go both ways.
I understand what you're saying. I am in full understanding of your position.
Okay. All right.
Blake Martinez.
Sold a court would know better than I would, but I think it was like $660,000 Pokemon Illustrator.
Yep.
And retired from the NFL because of it.
Yeah, so people are saying he retired because of it. I don't know that to be the case. I can't possibly understand why you would retire from the NFL if you're selling one Pokemon card. But it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a funny story more than anything to me. I didn't even know that Blake was selling Pokemon cards like that.
I know he's been in cards a while, but I didn't realize he had that. And I think we talked about it earlier, but it's like, what did he buy the card for?
Yeah, that hasn't been out there as far as I can understand.
Like, was he not making any money? I don't know what the NFL minimum is, but I would imagine it's decent money. It's got to be 6 figures. Like, was he playing? Wasn't he playing for, like, the Raiders?
He was on the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd retire if I was on the Raiders too.
He was making a very small contract, right?
He's making double his salary for his collection, and the big sale happened, and he retired 2 weeks after. And maybe he did retire because of the sale.
So did he buy a bunch of it early, I wonder? Like, Ty, do you remember what Logan Paul paid for the Illustrator card when he bought his?
I thought it was 7 figures.
Like, is that card up or down? Like, with where the market's at, do you think that card would be up or down?
Well, I think he sold it raw. I think it's down where Logan bought it, but I'm pretty sure Logan bought it graded. And this dude, Blake, sold it as raw.
I thought Blake sold his as a CSG 9.5.
I could be wrong.
I'm almost positive.
I don't have the info.
The picture I saw was a CSG 9.5.
CGC, yeah.
Gotcha.
I do the same thing.
I mean, that card is almost like recession proof. If there's a
card that's recession proof, yeah, that's pretty much as close
That's
as
one
it
of
can
them.
get. It's just there's so few of them.
I would love to learn more of that story about why that card is what it is, right? Not knowing Pokemon. Like, I don't know enough about that, but that's like, I always thought it was Charizard, right? I mean, I don't know Pokemon very well. Like, Charizard was the card for me when I was a kid, but like, where's this Illustrated card come from? I would love to learn more of the history about it. So,
You guys want a quick little summary?
Sure.
All right. So he acquired the card when he was playing for the Giants. He was in the third year of a $30.7 million contract, of which he got $19 million guaranteed. So that's what.
When was that purchase? Like date?
They didn't say a day. They just said he acquired it when he was playing for the Giants.
Okay, keep talking. I'm looking up when that was.
He got cut 3 games into the 2021 season, so it had to be sometime before that. And he got paid $19 million. And I guess I'm sure the $19 million he had in the bank potentially is more of a reason he retired than the $600
yeah. Thank you, Jay. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, so he probably bought it in like 2020, so like when everything popped off.
Yeah, but is that card as a 9.5? Is that card like? Yeah, he's got $19 million in the bank. I think that's like a bigger part of the story.
Of course it is, but he did say he's retiring to focus on his passion, so It seems like cards are one of his passions.
I read this story as like I read this title as like, hey, got this big card, now he's gonna retire, and I didn't.
That's kind of how it was presented.
I miss the passion part of it. Like, hey, he doesn't want to play in the NFL anymore. He wants to flip cards. Like, that's way cooler.
You mean you read a sensationalized headline by the media to drive clicks?
That would never happen.
No, definitely didn't do that.
Got it. Didn't have the full story. Got it.
Nope.
That card is pretty damn sweet, and could be like museum worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And big ups on him. Maybe he doesn't want to play football anymore. It's a win for the hobby.
Yeah,
the story is a massive win for the hobby.
Yeah, I'm not here to crap on somebody from stop playing the NFL at all. Like, good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's following in your footsteps, right?
Some big PWCC sales. Luka sold for, what was it, 3.2 with buyer's premium?
3.12.
3.12. 3.12. A couple others. Big sale for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's played well. An NT auto at a 5, 87K. Mahomes Contenders 101 auto, 456. But the Prizm Black Finite 101, I think, did half of that, and that was a 9.510 auto, so that was a big gap there. Bryce Harper Bowman Chrome Superfractor auto gem did 432, and then a Brady championship ticket Contenders auto did 840K. So although things are down, definitely some big time sales in the card market. Any surprises out of you two, either on the list or more specifically about the Luka? I know we talked a lot about that leading up to the sale. There was the report that I sold for 4.6 privately. It's over $1 million loss. Any thoughts on that?
It is the biggest loss in the history of cards, and it sold for more than I thought it was going to sell for. So, I mean,
I think it's always just back to the Giannis Luka combo of how almost like branding works, and definitely markets. And Luka's almost just like the name matters so much in the hobby. There's if he's able to win some trophies, I think it will really maybe kick off a little bit of run, because things are happening without it, and that's because he's kind of been solidified as this guy. He may never win anything. It's very possible. So that's,
is your argument more for Giannis? Is that what you're saying?
It's not really an argument. It's more an observation that sometimes that Gary would always say the market is the market, and you can try to get cute or fight the market, but like there's a lot of interest around Luka for a lot of different reasons that seemingly aren't around like what a lot of the conversations are, which is why has this person performed in the same way some like OG Hall of Famers that have had amazing careers just like don't get that much juice. So you can try and swim upstream, and we talk about that on the show a lot, making different plays and moves. But sometimes there's just some things that are set in the ways that you can't fight. That was kind of my point. It's more of an observation. And then Fields. Do you take pride in Fields? Do you like Fields like more so than others? Just as a general question. He's been obviously playing well, or at least getting hype and individually performing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of the games, right? Like, I don't really watch the NFL. Like, I have it on when I'm working on Sundays. I mean, I think he's good. I think I've said it before. Lou and I had a conversation about it a couple weeks ago. Like, Fields is good. I don't think there's any denying that Fields has talent. I think if I asked you two, would you rather Fields or Zach Wilson, you would say Justin Fields. I think a lot of teams like that have younger QBs. I think there's not a lot of teams. That's not fair. I think there's definitely some spots
of the teams with no quarterbacks. I would say probably 85% of them would take Fields.
Fair. That's a much better point than I was trying to make. Yeah, so I think he's good. I think the Bears stink. I don't think the Bears are very good. I think the Bears need some pieces, but the Bears have from my understanding, I talked to somebody about this in Chicago over the past weekend when I was there. Or the Bears have a lot of cap space, so that should help. So yeah,
I think Zach outplays him this weekend.
They play each other.
Jets Bears this weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean the Bears defense isn't as good.
Ticket alarm! Ticket alarm! Ticket alarm! Ticket alarm!
Shout out to Jay. 2 minutes. Let's go.
You want to tell the folks what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I've got tickets to Ohio State, Michigan that are ending on online at the moment. They end in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So I have tickets now, but they're not where I really want to sit. They're not a great view of the game, and I would rather sell those and basically take a loss or break even on those tickets and just put that money towards seats where I can actually see more of the field.
I will say I would like to see like some related sales to get a better feel, but I feel like $432K for a Bryce Harper Superfractor. I don't know what to feel about Bryce. Like I feel like he's an incredible player. He's well liked in his city. He's liked in his previous city still. But like at some point you have to get over the hump if you're going to be worth $432K. And I just don't
But didn't
know.
you win a title?
I'm sorry. Like in Philly, like where he is now, like it's just like I don't know. Like, $432K seems like a lot.
Yeah, I don't do baseball.
Also,
right?
when
So
did he win a title?
Didn't he win it with the Nats?
No, he was gone.
He wasn't on that Nats team?
Pretty sure. I mean, I played against them. I feel like I would remember that.
I thought
he
that
bounced the year and then
he
won.
bounced the year before. Yeah.
Oh, did he really? That sucks.
Yeah, no, he wasn't on the team. Yeah.
That sucks. I did not know that. That stinks. Poor guy. Yeah, that stinks.
So yeah, $432K seems like a really high amount for that, and I'm just trying to give Rye some room here to get his auction off.
Yeah. I'm focused. I'm like, I don't know what I want to bid. Like these are expensive seats. I don't want to go and lose. Gosh, man, I've never been to Ohio State, Michigan in the Horseshoe. Only in.
Oh,
Michigan.
Interesting. So this is a big moment for you.
Yeah. Reg and I went to Ann Arbor, Myers' first year up there, where Michigan went for 2 on the last play. Our first year dating. So good luck.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Xbox 360. What was that? What was the grade on that court?
I heard it was bad.
Modern Warfare, and it sold for that much?
Oh, wait, no. I think talking about the new COD. Somebody came in yesterday talking. I don't play video games either. I was like, somebody came in yesterday. I was like, dude, did you get the new COD? I'm like, no, I didn't know there was a new one out. They're like, oh, it's terrible. Don't get it. I'm like,
people
sorry.
don't say that.
Yeah, let's move on to questions. I'm in.
I'm ready.
Jay, just
before
ready.
we do you have a prediction for the game this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, like, do I think Ohio State can win? Yeah. Like, do I want Ohio State to win? Yeah. Do I think Ohio State will win?
What is your prediction?
I don't like.
You're required by law to give a prediction, an honest prediction.
31-21. Ohio State.
Nice.
Yeah, 31-21. Lou, you got one?
For the game?
Yeah.
Michigan's gonna win for sure. Like for sure. What's the line on the game? It's 7.5. Michigan's 7.5 point underdogs. I will say 35-31 Michigan. No, that seems way too high. 25-21 Michigan.
27-24 Ohio State. Both teams make the playoff.
That would be ideal.
Agreed.
So what has to happen for that to happen? I would assume at this point, USC has to lose one of their last 2 games.
USC has to lose. LSU has to lose.
I think Michigan becomes the best one-loss team, and then there's 3 undefeated teams in Michigan,
Yeah,
right?
that's what it would be.
So because if in that scenario,
unless Clemson sneaks up.
Yeah, and Michigan's got better wins than Clemson does, right?
They've been sneaking Clemson up there the whole time.
Yeah, because everybody above them keeps losing. Like everybody outside of the top 4 keeps losing.
Yeah, they will.
I mean, Tennessee got slaughtered.
I think there's a better chance of them giving Clemson the 4th spot over the loser of the game rather than putting 2 Big Ten teams in. They're not going to do that.
I disagree.
I hope they don't, but I think they will not do that.
I think it also depends on how close it is.
Yeah.
If it's 41-17, the loser's not going.
Nope. If it's a field goal at the
Correct.
last second, they'll probably put both in, or I would hope they put both in.
Yeah. I can get behind that. If it's less than 7 points, it's a debate. If it's 41-17, it's not.
And I think they have to play again no matter what, if they both get in.
I don't think the tourney will do that. Let's say Ohio State wins by 5 points, right? 10 points, whatever it is, 7 points, whatever you think is competitive. Wins the Big Ten title. Georgia wins. Ohio State wins, right? That's 1-2. TCU's undefeated, and Michigan's the 4th team. TCU will play Ohio State. Michigan will play Georgia.
Fine, but I think it'd be more fun if they did Ohio State Michigan rematch. That'd be sick.
In the college football playoff?
That'd be sick.
Nah,
You'd be so scared for that.
Send,
look at he's so
send them
scared.
home. Send them
doesn't
home.
want
I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to play a team twice, especially not that team. But anyways, first question. Cards Across America. What's your favorite dish for Thanksgiving? Turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, pumpkin pie. Very thankful for you guys in the podcast. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Mike with a great question to start us off.
Right back at you, Mike. I can start. It's moist stuffing.
Really? Wow.
Moist stuffing. When cranberry. Because I feel like I really only have stuff like mashed potatoes are great, but like mashed potatoes are kind of a year-round thing. Turkey a little bit less so. But like stuffing, I feel like only really starts to come out. And we should probably acknowledge that Jay, like 10 days ago, tried to send a Thanksgiving sandwich, acting like I was like kicking off Thanksgiving when everyone knows the leftover sandwich comes after Thanksgiving. I was a little thrown off by that, but for me, it's moist stuffing.
Have you done
not dry?
Have you ever done the when you make a sandwich, you use like the little mini waffle maker and you make a waffle out of stuffing? You ever do that before?
Oh no,
I was introduced to that a couple years ago. It changed everything for me.
My real play is you make the whole plate and then you do the mashed potatoes like it's a volcano. You put a little hole in the top, you do the gravy, and then it just comes down. It's great.
Classic move.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I got.
Lou, what about you?
I kind of hate Thanksgiving. Turkey's a low tier meat. It is. So I'll go sweet potatoes number 1. Number 2 is probably, I really like fresh cranberry. So I'm going to go cranberry.
So no on both of those. No on all of those. Definitely not. My grandmother, since I was a kid, makes these potatoes, like cheesy potatoes. So it's like potato chunks, shredded cheese. There's like, Reg makes it, right? I don't know the exact recipe. But then you sprinkle, you cover the entire top of this dish with corn flakes or frosted flakes, frosted flakes, and you bake it, and you come out and you get crunchy frosted flakes on top of these potatoes that are 10 out of 10. Anybody that ever comes to our house, like we do like Card Collection 2, Friendsgiving, anybody that ever does it, we always make this. It is a hit. I promise you, it is not bad. I'll send you guys the recipe, but it is 10 out of 10, and I couldn't recommend it enough.
Wow.
10 out of 10. Wow. So, yeah, it's fantastic. By far the best dish. I feel like I got to send it to you guys now. I want one of you two to try it. Like,
I'm down to make it like Thursday, if I'm being honest with you.
Sean K says, is the hockey market picking up a lot of steam? Hockey seems to be skyrocketing in prices.
I hear about it a lot more, and not just because it's in season. We were talking about it on this show. Specifically, Tyler was talking about it on this show long ago. But I can't speak to exact prices because, I'm only so close to it. I come across Rangers cards every now and again, and then like the big McDavids and that stuff. But with the amount I hear about it and am asked about it and people DM me and whatever, I have to say, yeah.
I don't follow it enough to know. So like I'm not invested enough in it. I mean, I have some stuff, right, that's like long-term plays for me, like some like McDavid stuff, or Crosby, but I don't follow it enough to really know. So I'll trust Lou's take on that.
From Just looking at a little card ladder here. All time. In the
Card
last
ladder,
year.
what a website.
It's up 17% in the last year, which is probably better than most.
Just about everything.
Just by the index. Let's see. The year-to-date change on hockey. Yeah. It's tennis, outlier, pre-war vintage. Hockey is outpacing vintage, baseball, golf, Pokemon, soccer, basketball. Yeah, it's outpacing everything in the year-to-date on the index on card ladder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Mike and John for the questions. Let's jump over to play of the week as we get ready to end this Thanksgiving episode. All right, got a big first play here. This one is from Bulldogs for Life 88. Sounds like he's a lose guy for sure. Play of the week submission. Recently bought 2 2022 update jumbo boxes as I love ripping wax, and the checklist had plenty of twins, which is his PC, and high value non-PC chase rookies. I hit plenty of twins rookies, but also hit the jackpot on J-Rod. I hit his SP rookie, his home field advantage case hit, and a silver pack gold out of 50. It says he hit those, but it says for a total of 865, so I think he sold them. This is more than covered the cost of the 2 boxes, which was $390 total. And now I can enjoy the PC editions and sell some other hits. Hopefully Twins PC makes it obvious I'm not from Ohio. Go Gophers.
The Topps boxes have so much stuff in them. I've watched a decent amount of breaks because I have people in my life who are baseball fans who are obsessed with ripping wax. Shout out Brandon. Shout out my dad. But it's crazy how hot J-Rod is even now. Like I'm kind of surprised. Like I figured he would fade into the background a little bit, but he stayed pretty strong.
We bought a deal in shop on Sunday. I wasn't there, right? I wasn't working. I was getting ready for this week for Black Friday, and I saw it and I'm like, wow, this seems really, really high. And you look it up and his stuff is just still consistent. And I'm like, yikes. So interesting to see he sells well, but this is not the first time someone's made plays on some of these Topps jumbo boxes. Somebody made a play at the National this year, and I think it won because it was where they were doing the silver pack stuff, where they were selling the silver promo packs. They were selling the boxes. Like they made a bunch of money on the packs. I remember that happened. But that was a play earlier this year. So speaking of that, we probably have the play of the Jay. We got to talk about that. We got to do the play of the year thing coming up. We only have a couple more weeks left in Card Talk season 3. So it's we got a lot to do before the end of the year. But regardless, good play for Bulldogs for life. Oh, here you go, Ty.
Nice.
This is from Sonic Cards. It said Sonic Cards. His name's Sean. Hey guys, my first submission for play of the week. As a collector, I don't really buy cards with the intention of flipping them, but you guys hooked me up with tickets to the National this year, and I decided to try and make a play. Being on a budget, I wanted to look for cheap soccer cards that I could flip. I found this Harry Kane Euro 2016 red Prizm at a 149 at one of the well-known soccer vendors' booth. He wanted 50, and I talked him down to 25. The only comp on eBay had sold for 20. I took a chance because it was jersey numbered 18, and Ryan talks a lot about how jersey numbered cards can garner a slightly higher premium. They definitely can. Side note. Fast forward a week ago, I had the card listed on eBay for $79.99. Accepted an offer of $65, netting me $54.36 in the sale and about $30 profit. I like this play because it's the first time I bought a card solely to flip, and 2x payback on my money. It was a fun experience. Thanks again. Jersey number for the win, man. For the win. I'm telling you, people want that stuff. It definitely sells.
Always. I love that you bought a card to flip the National. That's great. Obviously, you held it for the right time. Then this is another one where it's like a card talk play. It's like value boxes, or not value boxes, but like valuable, underappreciated stuff. Looking forward to the World Cup. You know,
the National jersey number.
Yeah,
and he's got kabooms in his profile picture.
It's funny. What's up with Kane, Ty? You think like if they're gonna go deep, he's gonna be a big part of the puzzle, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, the biggest starting striker. Had 2 nasty. Well, I think he had 1 assist, but he also had a nasty setup. Yeah, he's
I literally don't know what position he plays, so
He's a goal scorer. He's one of the
Got
most deadly goal scorers in the world.
I just
Nice
know that
little
he was
color
on.
match. Yeah, he's just one of the most pure goal scorers you'll see. I like the card. Card's beautiful. That's a nice set. The 2016 Euros. England, red, little color match. Yeah. Life's good. That's a nice flip. Love me some Shawn Madden.
All right, next play.
Shout out Sonic.
This is from JE_LeBron Collector. Hey guys, first off, I want to thank you for what you do for the card community. I've been listening to your podcast and have learned so much over the months. So here is my submission. A few months ago, I was looking through one of my sports card Facebook groups and saw someone had this LeBron James Class Master posted for $500. As a big LeBron fan, I knew this was almost too good to be true, but I messaged him and offered full price without even trying to haggle. He, of course, accepted, and I was super happy to have the card. About 30 minutes later, I received a message from another collector asking if I had purchased the card. I told him yes, and he asked if I would be willing to sell. I really wasn't wanting to move it, but I said I would listen to offers. He immediately offered $1,200 because this was the last card he needed to complete his set. I took the deal, netted $700 in less than an hour by simply knowing what cards are rare and desirable. So I think this is from 2012, 2013 Elite Basketball. I didn't realize they were that crazy of desirable cards, but now you know. It's kind of like what was the mascot card? Was it San Diego Chicken? What was the one that like Kayla did that none of us were like, what is this? Card Talk, where you can learn things that you did like that. I would have never known that San Diego Chicken was worth that. Shout out Kayla for the insightfulness.
That's a sweet little play.
I mean, $1,200. That's what a play.
Never even heard of this card before.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
I've
a
seen
lot
it.
of arbitrage.
I didn't know it was like that. That's nuts.
Immediately offered him $1,200. Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah. Quick $700. Not bad. All right, next play, Jay. All right, dirty cards. Hey guys, love listening to the podcast while I'm at work. My play starts in October of 2021 when I flew to Las Vegas. When I flew to the Las Vegas card show, only because I was in Vegas for EDC weekend. I bought one select blaster for $45 and pulled this Curry 1 of 1. I didn't want to sell it because I had a gut feeling the Warriors were going to win it all that year. Turns out I was right. I sent the card to a company to get autographed by Curry for $300 after they won. Then I sent it to get graded, and after I heard y'all say y'all don't like authentic card grades, I decided to take the chance to grade the card but authenticate the auto, $720. When I got the card back, I was happy with the card grade of 9. I was set up as a vendor at the San Francisco card show, but no one was interested to cash out at the show. So I decided to put it on eBay. He put it on eBay. The auction started at $7K or buy it now at $9.5K. 2 hours after someone sent me a message saying he would give me $7.5K and pay right away. I said $8K. He didn't want to budge. So I said $7.7K so the fees won't kill me. He said yes. The rest is history. After fees, I netted $6.7K. That's insane. That is wild.
A Curry auto on card like that is probably pretty rare. Like I don't think I've seen that many of those.
But it's an in-person.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Curry signs quite a bit. I think the unique thing here is, yeah, I mean, like from my understanding, I know some people that graph and they get them at like the Warriors games. But I think
we should have a conversation about adult autograph seekers one day.
Why?
It's just one of those things that has been I've seen it like on Twitter and like baseball players complaining about it recently, and like it's very much a part of our hobby, and we've never talked about it before. It's just funny.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I mean, 6.7K net. That's a nice little money maker.
The autograph, like sending to a company, like I'm doing that for the first time right now. I wasn't aware of like there's a decent amount of upside on this stuff.
I did it long time ago with like Trout. But he's the only one I've ever gone through like a company to get signed before.
I got my Pena ones going this week.
What did that cost you?
$125 each.
$125. I was going through boxes yesterday looking for like different stuff like just stuff we got laying around,
Mhm.
and found a stack of probably 20 Jeremy Pena Chrome,
Yeah.
first Bowman Chrome or first Bowman Chrome mega box rookies. And I'm like,
Dude, because he was in everything because he was just like a nothing.
I got a
prospect.
stack of 20 of them that were sorted together, and I'm like, I should probably do something with these. So don't know what they sell for. Again, I don't follow baseball at all, but I saw that and I was like, oh, I know this guy's good. All right, next play, Jay.
Is there a next play?
Yeah. Card wins. As a big Tennessee collector, I had been searching for a Grant Williams Flawless Gold at a 10 RPA and came across the listing. It was 99 starting bid or 199 bin. I DM'd the seller asking if they'd consider anything less than 99. Buyer said he was too much into the card to budge from the buy it now. We then pursued doing a trade. I had an SGC 10 MJ card for sale on my eBay store that hadn't received any interest for weeks at 139 buy it now. I was only into that card for about $50 after snagging it from an LCS this past summer. So I offered that as a 1-for-1 trade if the buyer could come down on his buy it now price. He agreed. Super happy with this deal as I've made a return on my initial investment and more importantly can pair this with my Admiral Schofield Flawless Gold at a 10 RPA. Admiral and Grant were a dominant duo at UT, and having both rare cards in my PC brings me more joy than holding onto a stagnant card in a down market.
This is a really good play. I really like getting rid of a card you think doesn't have that much liquidity, which just Jordan probably does not, and trading it for a card like a PC card like this or PC cards.
It's a pretty cool patch auto.
Yeah, it is. It's a good patch on the Grant one.
Tennessee's dope. Just
Great
overall,
tradition.
I think, yeah, the branding, the colors, they're just sweet. I wish they were able to hang on a little bit, although I saw it from a mile away, the football collapse. But
I'm low-key devastated about Hooker because I kind of wanted the Jets to draft him.
Yeah, that sucks. He towards the ACL, man. That's no fun.
Yeah.
He was
I
good.
think we need to bring in a professional.
Like a veteran?
We're close. Yeah.
Who?
It might be
Can't do that
Tanny.
talk again.
It might be Tannehill, bro.
I'll die if it's Tannehill.
Why?
Because it's just
So
like
we don't need like a.
You don't need $1 million on a gajillion dollars on a quarterback. Like, look at the
I don't
Rams.
think
I
we
mean,
do.
they didn't win the Super Bowl, but like the Rams build around Jared Goff. You just need a game manager. Like Zach Wilson can't manage the game. At least Ryan Tannehill could manage the game. The Titans have done something with everybody else around Ryan Tannehill. Like they had the best running back in
If
the
Zach
league.
Wilson turned into Ryan Tannehill, that'd be a mitzvah. Most quarterbacks that come in the league would dream of being Ryan Tannehill. That's just truth.
Let me ask you a question. Have we seen the peak of Ryan Tannehill?
Yes.
And it would probably have
No.
two more
Let
wins.
me get my point off. If we've seen the peak of Ryan Tannehill, I can't believe we're doing this. If we've seen the peak of Ryan Tannehill, why would I want to give him 2 or 3 more years now on the back half of his career as a quarterback of the Jets?
Because you're getting it for nothing and you can build
It's
around
not going to
him.
be nothing. It's not going to be nothing.
He's not going to
It's
get
not gonna
that
be a
much.
crazy contract.
$100 million for 3 years?
No.
Okay. I mean, isn't that the
80.
contract he has right now?
You think Tannehill's
3
getting
years
100
earlier.
million? Ty, you think Tannehill's getting 100 million?
From the Jets? No.
Yeah.
But I'd like him to be the quarterback.
He signed a
Throw the ball to
4-year,
some
$118
players.
million contract. He's going to get $100 million on his next contract.
Oh gosh.
That was
I
3
can't.
years ago.
I can't do that.
All right.
Anyway,
let's-
this play is really good. I think it's my winner. I don't know if there's more.
No, the Hurricane's my winner.
Are there more, Jay?
I think this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, Hurricane.
Hurricane's your winner.
Yep.
Sonic already won though, so
Oh, did he?
yeah, Sonic's in the group chat. I think Jay.
Jay, did Sonic already win?
We gave him a ticket to the National. Yeah, he won already.
All right. Are you got what's the
No,
overlook
he says
on the
no.
LeBron play?
He literally says, "Hey guys, my first submission for play of the week."
Oh,
It
yeah.
literally
I
starts
think
with
we
that.
gave it to him because he's a boy. Like he's one of our guys.
Yeah, we
Yes.
talked so much. I just assumed he was in the group chat or something.
Sonic.
All right.
Ty,
But like,
who you-
why? Well, I'm a little confused at why LeBron isn't kind of like a shoo-in.
This is funny because I think the Tennessee one's a shoe-in. And the Curry one's really good too. This is a great week.
The Curry made thousands of dollars. Like the LeBron made $700. I think is what to buy. Like, I mean,
we've always downplayed the pulling a card thing, though.
Yeah, because that is a little bit more luck based.
Yeah, now one could argue,
but did all the extra work on top.
Yeah, I'm not saying these are bad plays. I'm not here to smoke these plays. It's not like I'm like this play is bad because this one is good. They're not. That's not how this works. The Harry Kane one is like, hey, I was at the National, check. I was on a budget. I was going through trying to find underpriced soccer. I know you guys talking about jersey numbered stuff. I waited. I sold it, doubled my money, made a little quick buck, and called it a day. Again, the LeBron.
To be honest. Oh, if you're gonna go,
you're gonna be honest.
If I was gonna be honest, I was gonna say we should just do like a poll, but
yeah, just pick.
I'm Harry Kane.
Oh, well, there you go. There's your poll, Lou. All right, Sonic cards.
Shout out Sonic.
Shout out Sonic.
I mean, the Vols need some love. I was trying to just give the Vols like a W. We can't even give them one.
I know they're insane right now.
Yeah, I mean, lost their quarterback. Who's a stud. Got throttled. I watched that game. Man.
When did Hooker get hurt? I didn't watch the game.
Towards the end. Almost the end of the game.
So they played the whole game and they still got waxed, huh?
Most of the I mean, they were down double digits when he got hurt.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Tennessee's defense just couldn't stop anything. Ty, talk to us. Talk to us nice. What happened with Argentina?
Yo, the Saudis showed up. Both their goals. The second goal was a clapper.
Not a tie, a loss. They lost.
Yeah.
You said, yeah.
Argentina had a couple goals pulled back from VAR. I didn't watch the whole game. I was like in and out of sleep. But the second goal from Saudi was a clapper. There's no real other way to put it. Like that happens. USA, the way they missed the World Cup 4 years ago, like sometimes it only takes a moment of brilliance. That's a beautiful thing about footy. And Saudi had two of them. And Argentina didn't do what was necessary.
They'll be fine.
It is. They win the next two. They're probably through. They hadn't lost in 36 matches.
Like the odds of them not getting through is like there's no chance that doesn't happen.
Well, odds were probably to lose this match. Odds were probably bigger than not getting through. But yeah, there's also some of these countries have a much more like support system, meaning fans close by. That I think that also has some good impact to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Qatar, for whatever all the things that have come along with Qatar from just like a fan viewing standpoint. This is the first time it's ever been in this region, right? So I would have like those fans are going to come out.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm still so depressed about the Jets. It's crazy.
Ty, prediction for Friday's England USA game.
My official prediction is 3-1 England, unfortunately.
Yep.
3-1 England. I would love a 1-1 tie. And I'm kind of doing the thing where, like, no expectations, and then you just grind it out and be super pumped if we can get to 1-1. But, like, if they score first, it gets ugly. I think it gets ugly.
Would you say our best case scenario is a 0-0 tie? Outside of winning, obviously. No goals allowed, tie.
No, honestly, I think it's our best case scenario is we come out like on fire, we score one, or it's the same thing as Wales.
Same thing as
Our
Wales.
best case scenario, I think, is like we score one early, and then
show we can at least compete.
Yeah, and then they grind us to a pulp. They get one. They have a ton of chances. For some reason, just can't bury it, and it's a 1-1 tie. That's, I think.
We came out on fire a little bit, right? Like people didn't think we were going to come out that hot. We were underdogs.
It was in that game.
Yeah.
I thought we were favorites, but
I had plus odds on the U.S. to win in regulation.
but they were lower plus odds than Wales plus odds.
Yeah, maybe that's possible. I don't remember.
Yeah, a lot of times all three can be.
Oh, because they had the 3 options. I always forget about that in my head. Yeah, right. Okay.
Winless draw. We'll see. I hope Aronson plays more. I think he's a spark.
And Reyna.
Yeah.
Gotta get Reyna out
hurt.
there.
I don't know what the deal is.
They're saying no.
I don't know why they didn't play him. It'll be fun, though. I got street hockey Friday morning. Couple pops. Couple beverages. Couple Bud Heavies. Right into the game.
Bud Heavies on Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Red, white, and blue, baby.
I think we would I think it's only fitting that we end, what we are certainly thankful for, as this is, looking back on this, this is year 3 of Card Talk. Year 3. We've done this 3 times now, what we're thankful for. So I would be foolish to say, although you guys, we certainly give each other our fair share of stuff, of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be more thankful that I get to spend Tuesday mornings listening to you two give some incredibly, some just incredible takes on sports. I can't say terrible, because I thought that multiple MVP contenders this year were going to not play. So I can't even say terrible. And lose Josh Allen one might come to fruition in front of our eyes. So I'm not even going to say that, but yeah, definitely thankful for y'all and this, right? At 3 years. I mean, we talked about it before, but it's crazy where time has gone. But yeah, big week.
That's
for
wild.
Sure.
That's wild. That's definitely wild. I wish you all the best on Saturday. I know it's a big game. I know it matters a lot.
Let the record show that Tyler is going with Ohio State this weekend, and we'll see what happens.
It's a home game. I think that matters a lot.
I think
I'm thankful for you, Ryan. I want you to know that.
Love you guys.
Likewise. And to everyone that listens.
Yes.
I hope everyone that's listening has a great couple days.
If you're in the
Whether
car
you're
right
family,
now,
friends, what have you. If you're at work, if you're having to work on the day before Thanksgiving or work on Thanksgiving, we're here for you. Hit us up. I'm going to be cracking some World Cup. Ryan actually owe you some cash. He sent me over those prisms.
You got them?
Yep, received. I got to send you the Venmo. So I'll be popping those things open, and I'm just excited for a few days with some friends, some fam, some sports.
Next week's episode, man. Can't wait. All right.
Love
Have a good
y'all.
holiday, guys.
Have a good day.
See you guys.